from day 1, day 2, and today is day 4. Maybe some of us are already feeling fatigue. Everything around real estate, is what you can also apply in other businesses. So today we are going to be looking at the art of real estate follow-up. The art of real estate follow-up. And I added something. I said turning conversations into closings. The goal of this session is to help us understand how to take a client, or let me say lead, to someone that can buy continue. What we have exactly. I have a question, and I also know that I have 20 minutes. I'm looking at time. Why exactly do we need to talk about follow-up? Is there a need for follow-up? Or maybe I should start by saying that follow-up does not happen if some other things have not happened. So I'm guessing that in the course of this training, somebody has talked about how to generate leads, because without leads, we cannot even be talking about follow-up. Without being in a business that has people or have people in the pipeline, we cannot be talking about follow-up. So I'm guessing that has been established already. To say that there are many businesses that do not do follow-up at all. There are many of them. So why exactly are we considering follow-up? Do I have anybody? If you want to talk, just unmute your mic and speak. You have the floor. Just unmute. There's no wrong answer here. There's no wrong answer. Just unmute and speak. Anybody?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, sir. I think what follow-up done, I've been trying to, basically what follow-up done is it keeps you at the top of the customer's mind.
Good.
Like you keep reminding them that in case they are still thinking about making a decision in a specific conversation which you had with them earlier.
Yeah.
You are reminding them, like as a reminder, imagine that you are following up to say, oh, come and buy.
Exactly.
It might just be reminding, it might just be taking, or it might just be sending a very casual message or a happy new week message. But at the same time, it brings you to the front of their mind as they remember, oh, okay, this person has spoken to me about this and this before.
Yeah.
You might even be thinking maybe you want to follow up that previous conversation, and you might just do this person up on them. So I think follow up just makes them have you in front of their mind and it keeps you fresh in their mind. I think that's
good. Good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to take one person. Thank you for that. It helps you keep the customer at the top of their mind. That's very, very good. Now let's go to why follow-up is the lifeblood of real estate. Now we're talking about real estate. And remember that follow-up is not...
to interrupt.
Okay, go ahead, please.
There's someone's comments on your question in the comment section.
Good. Please read, if you can help me.
Should I read?
Yes.
Okay. He said, I think it's because people don't make decisions immediately to present opportunities to them.
Wow, good. And that's exactly what I want to talk about now. Thank you for that. So why follow-up is the lifeblood of real estate? Like I mentioned, follow-up is not just particular to real estate. It's for every and any business. But we're talking about real estate now. And you know that real estate business is such that you have to drop a huge amount of money at once. Most likely. So from research, I realized that 80% of sales happen after the 5th follow-up. But most agents stopped at the 2nd follow-up. And if I take a poll here right now, if I should take a poll asking that how many people follow up to the 5th time, I'm very sure that only very few people, very possible that we only have just 1 or 2 people. So that means it's very true that only few or most agents stop at the 2nd follow-up. Why? Because follow-up is not so interesting. It's not something you want to do, especially when you're getting no for an answer. And I must also say that no does not mean never reach out to me again. No does not mean that I am not interested. No simply means this is probably not the right time. No simply means I'm busy with other things. So we need to understand exactly what the client is saying so that does not stop us from following up effectively. So follow-up is the lifeblood of real estate. If I stopped here, I believe that I've passed the message across that no matter what the client is telling you, follow up. Now, another reason why people do not follow, which I'm going to come back to later, is because we do not believe in the product we sell. Now, come to think of it, if you are a doctor, of course, doctors save lives. That's what we know them for. They save life, and you see a patient dying. Would you reach out to save the person? Yes, you probably want to save the person. So that might come with the person paying some amount of money so that the person can get rescued. The same thing applies to any other business, especially real estate. We are saving them from loss. We are helping them plan their future. We are helping them live generational wealth for their offspring. So if we see that, if we believe in what we are selling, then follow-up will not be an issue. I repeat again, 80% of sales happen after the 5th follow-up, but most agents stop at the 2nd follow-up. So let's proceed. So psychology of Nigerian buyers. I am presuming that we will most likely be selling to Nigerians, and people are the same everywhere, whether Nigerian or Asian or USA. The difference is just that some people have buying power than some people, but the psychology is the same. So most likely we'll be dealing with people that are value conscious. They want to see the value. They are risk adverse and often distracted by many agents. I put this to you that there are hundreds of people, thousands of people that are selling the same value you are selling or selling the same product you are selling. There could be a bit of difference or you're adding something to it, but there are thousands of people that are selling what you're selling. Yours might be more valuable, but people do not really see the value at the surface area. You have to show them the value. Trust is also earned through consistency. Another reason why we do follow-up is because we want to, adding to what my friend said earlier on, being at the top of mind, we also want to show to our clients that they can trust us. So I did a presentation, I think last week, sell the brand, not the product. And that the same thing applies to real estate. What we are selling is not land. What we are selling is not buildings. What we are selling is not properties. What you are really selling is your personal brand. I'll say that again. What you are selling is not land, is not real estate. What you are selling is your personal brand. So what follow-up does is for you to now take, for instance, you are a real estate agent. You don't have your own personal property that you are selling. Real estate helps you to now personalize the product to align to your own brand. So when I'm following up so 3 people can follow up at the same time or can follow up differently, but the tone and the reception of the client will be different. Why? Because I'm adding my own personal brand to what I'm selling. So that's where understanding the psychology of your client, of your prospect is very, very important. So in the process of follow-up, you are able to earn trust. You are able to show the client that you are reliable. So 3 people can follow up a client and only 1 person gets the sales. Why? Because they are selling the same product. So the first person had already followed up. The client said, I'm not interested. The second person did the same. I'm not interested. The third person came differently, selling his own personal brand, garnish his own personal brand on the product. And the client sees it differently. The same product, the same amount, and buys. So follow-up helps you to get the client's trust, help you to show yourself as reliable. Most are skeptical of scam, especially in the world we live in this part of the country. We have heard stories upon story, especially in real estate niche. So we cannot close our eyes to the fact that people are scared of buying products, especially from an agent that is just starting out. So follow-up helps you to build that trust with your clients. Let me just move very fast because of time. There are types of follow-up, and I know most of us will be interested in this. I just listed out 4 because of time. You have the warm follow-up, you have the value-based follow-up, you have the emotional follow-up, and the direct follow-up. So what is warm follow-up? Warm follow-up is when you met a client, you've introduced your product to the client, then you want to follow up on the client. And I must say that you have to follow up within 24 hours for it to be a warm follow-up. Please note, one follow-up should be within 24 hours. Why? Because we have social media. And have you ever been in your room and you discuss a product with your friend or your wife or your spouse, and you went on Facebook and you are seeing that product? I don't know how that happens, but I've been in that shoe several times. Talking of, let's say, a solar system, and just go online, and that's exactly what you're saying. So when you talk to your client starts seeing many other options of what you guys have discussed. So if you don't reach out within 24 hours, it's possible that he sees a better option or he sees a better agent that can market well. So that's one follow-up. Then value-based follow-up is when, might not be exactly within 24 hours, is when you are now offering value. You are reaching out to, to educate your clients on the informations around real estate and how to make their best decision. That might not come with buy now, might just be free content that is valuable to them. Emotional follow-up comes up when and I must say that most times we don't connect with our customers emotionally because we feel that we are doing business. And I want to believe that as salespeople, we understand that people buy with emotion and justify with logic. People buy with emotion and justify with logic. So we have to connect with our customers emotionally. How do you do that? Using follow-up. 3 things we must get from our customers when we meet them. Number 1 is their name. Now I'll tell you something very, very funny. Somebody can have a name, Joshua Peter Adegbiton. You might, let's say the person introduced himself as Joshua Peter Adegbiton. The person might like to be called Peter, not Joshua. So every time you call the person Joshua, you are turning off the receptive button. And I said this because I've had that experience before. So get to know what people want to be addressed as. Do not assume that because they told you their name, they want you to call their name in full. So when I was in university, my name is Temi Adeyemi Ogunyemi. Mayowa is my other name. But I didn't like Temi for personal reasons because I feel it's a female name. So I tell people my name is Mayowa. So people called me Mayowa throughout my 5 years or 6 years in the university. So when I finished, I started speaking, getting gigs, started companies and all that. So I started telling people my real name, that my first name, because I needed to sign contract and my name has to be there, my bank details and all that. So I said my name is Temi, but I prefer to be called Temi for short. So whenever people call me Temi, I'm not interested. Like they've turned me off already because from start, I don't really like the name. Are you getting me now? So when people call me Temi, I'm okay. I'm fine. You have gotten my attention. So people call me Coach Temi, I'm okay. But when they call me that full name, I don't like it. You see now, you have to get to know what, because you are trying to connect to their emotion. And it's very important to know what they like. Now, another thing you must get to know is their birthday. A birthday is very important. Everybody wants to be celebrated. Let's get their birthday. Then you have to get, if they are married, their anniversary is very important. Especially when you're marketing to a man. The anniversary helps you to get closer to the woman. Because now, when I want to give gifts to a man as a client, I give a gift that the woman, but that will be more useful to the woman than the man, because the client most likely already have, but I need to connect to their wife. Very, very important, emotional follow-up. The fourth one is direct follow-up. This is when you say, you have seen our product, these are options, you can choose from this, you can get this now, and all that. So those are the kinds of follow-up that within this time frame we can explore. All right, I'm running fast because of time. I respect time a lot. So what are the tools and channels for follow-up? As we all know, WhatsApp is there for you, email is there for you, phone calls, SMS, social media. All these are very, very important for tools and channels for follow-up. Very, very, very important. And I must say that you are not following up, or you do not have a client when you don't have their contact or their email. Because what we eventually follow up on is what connects you to them after your personal interaction. So let's say, for instance, we are having a training session. You cannot follow up on me if you do not have my email or my contact. So I believe that is clear. What are follow-up frequency strategies? There's a rule. It's a rule of 5-10-5. 5 says that, and this is based on psychological research. Rule 5 says that when you meet a client, for the next first 5 days, you have to consecutively follow up the client. Short touch point every single day, because you have to be at the top of mind. That's the first 5 days. Then the next 10 days after the 5 days, you follow up just every other day, perhaps 2 days in a week, or within the 5 days. That means every 5 days you follow up. Why? Because you don't want to bug the person. You don't want to feel too, you don't want to feel too desperate. So 2 times in the 10 days. Then the next 15 days, you can now do probably once a week. And it has to be value-based follow-up. Not buy now, but educating the client or the prospect. Then you can use tools like CRM, notebooks to track, and never let a lead go cold for more than 21 days. Never let a lead go cold for more than 21 days. So within 21 days, you can still use any of these strategies to connect back with them, either warm or emotional follow-up and all that. I believe that we know there are mistakes in follow-up. That means two people can follow up and one person is getting positive result and the other person is getting negative result using the same strategies I've mentioned earlier on. Why? Because the purpose of follow-up is to establish your brand, is to add your own personal brand to what you are selling. So you are following up, the next 5 days you are following up. All you are saying is, buy now, our property will expire now. If you don't buy, you miss out. That is wrong. All you want to do in the next 5 days after establishing that this is the product you sell is that you want to follow up with a touch point, very light follow-up, just once in a day. Not desperate, just once in a day. Then also, you don't want to sound desperate. You do not want to sound desperate because you want to give the person room to say no and to say yes. Take for instance, if you want to save a life, you will not say, if you don't allow me to save you, you will die. No. All you want to say is to present options. And I be to say that not everybody you reach out to will say yes to you. And that's why I started with the fact that you have to generate enough leads. You should be tired of calling your leads, not that you should be looking for, you should not have leads at all. So we should be tired of, okay, I have 1,000 leads and I need to go through those leads every single week or every single month. So with enough leads, follow-ups become very effective. Then I believe there are other mistakes. I will allow questions to unpack that. I have 10 techniques that can boost your follow-up game, but because of time, I will not be able to go through those techniques. But just looking at them, like you can take a screenshot. Value-based, their name already explain what they stand for. If you don't want to go deeper, value-based, offering value, WhatsApp broadcast, there are ways to do all this, but because of time, voice note with personalization, follow-up through stories, event and webinar invitation, countdown, social media tag and DM strategies, holidays and special days. The time when people buy the most, I be to say that is special days and holidays because they are very emotional in those days. Post-tour, people want to see that the properties you are selling, you are actively involved in the property sales and you are also on site. They want to see you on site. Then feedback loop for follow-up. When you follow up, get feedback because you are connecting with a human being. So this exercise, because of time, just take a screenshot of this exercise. I know I'm running fast, but I have to stay within time and my time is up already. A follow-up fix challenge. List out 3 prospects you have not followed up with well. Write down why you didn't follow up well. Choose one of the strategies I've spoken of before or you've seen and apply them if possible now. But because of time, it's supposed to be like a 1.5 hour training or 2 so that I can carry out this exercise. Then we'll come back and check out the exercise. So I'm supposed to ask a person to volunteer to read his or her follow-up message loud to me. Then I give perspective on what should be done and what should be done well. So I will close here. Real estate is not about selling properties. I've said it. It's not about selling properties. It is about people. It's about helping people. And as always, I always give gift. Let's connect on social media. And I also have a free 10-minute clarity call for your business, perhaps 1 or 2 people if there's any. Thank you so much for your time. I will stop here because of time. I want to know if this was worth your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. It was a really, really wonderful session. Very brief and very direct. Like a direct follow-up. Thank you for sharing a lot of value. Sir, the 10 minutes clarity call, I would like to take you up on that one, so I don't know how I can connect to directly now.
All right, please reach out to my friend Joe. He would surely help you connect.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure having you. It was just very direct follow-up.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Temi. Thank you so much. So please, can you drop your question now? Can you drop your question? And if you really learned a lot today, can you also let us know in the comment section what did you learn? I can see that many persons are not dropping messages. What's happening now?